Welcome to the Glen Health and Safety Essentials training. This video will look at accidents, slips, trips and falls. The training will be in quick sessions of 10 minutes. Did you know that slips, trips and falls are responsible for 31% of non-fatal injuries in the workplace and cost the UK business over 512 million each year? The latest statistics from the HSE show that slips, trips and falls cause more accidents in the workplace than handling, lifting, carrying and acts of violence combined. So during this course, that's exactly what we'll be looking at. We'll see what slips, trips and falls are, what causes them, what risks they pose, and what you can do to prevent them, as well as considering whose responsibility it is to deal with and report them. Our goal by the end of this course is to simply help you make the workplace a safer place for everyone. The things you'll learn today aren't complicated and are largely just common sense, but they're also incredibly important. Glen has a duty of care and must take steps to control risks and hazards. This includes carrying out risk assessments and ensuring that working environment is safe by implementing control measures. You also have a duty to do what you can to help yourself and others at all times and to help by always following the procedures. The way we all think, act and behave contribute to a safe working environment. Cleaning and our role can help reduce slips or introduce new hazards, so we all need to be aware of the procedures we use when mopping, squeegeeing or dry and wet vacuuming to reduce hazards to ourselves and to others. What is a hazard? A hazard is anything that can be potential to cause harm, injury or damage. To help avoid slips, trips and falls, it's important that you recognise and have the right response to hazards. You may create a hazard, such as a wet floor while mopping, and it's your responsibility to deal with it. It's your responsibility even if it's not your fault. If you can't deal with it yourself, try to make the hazard safer by putting up warning signs or asking somebody else to stand watch temporarily and then go and report it. You shouldn't leave it for somebody else to deal with. Who you can report a hazard will depend on where you work. It might be your manager, a team leader, a maintenance department or a caretaker, for example. Remember, your hazard, your responsibility. Find a hazard, still your responsibility. Can't remove the hazard, find somebody who can. Slips. Avoiding slips is all about maintaining grip. Slips often involve unintentionally sliding on anything which creates a layer separating your foot from the floor, from loose liquids and forgotten food to spilt sand and slippery shoes. If floors have been mopped, scrubbed, polished, or are wet for any reason, then you should put up warning signs and leave them there until the floor is completely dry. Entrances to buildings are a particular concern as rainy weather means people will leave wet footprints and drip water all over the floor, increases the chances of a slip. Make sure that a wet floor sign is placed to alert people to the danger. You accidentally spill a liquid in a corridor, you don't have the equipment to clean it up yourself, and there are no warning signs nearby for you to use. What should you do? Ask someone to stand by the hazard while you find something to clean it up, reducing the risk of someone slipping. Trips. Trips happen when you unexpectedly bump into objects left lying around. Trailing cables on curled up carpet corners, or uneven or bumpy flooring, or even your own 2 feet. Hitting your leg on something unseen can be painful enough, but you will also run the risk of falling over, falling into machinery or from a height, dropping or spilling anything you might be carrying, or simply pulling a muscle while trying to keep your balance or landing awkwardly. The most important thing to remember, however, is simply to always tidy away objects left lying around, even if you didn't leave them there. The conditions in which you're working are also important. The weather can have a significant impact if you work outside, and the light levels can cause an accident too, especially if moving from one extreme to another. You may think it's too late once an accident has happened, which is true for the person who had the accident. But if the report leads to a change which prevents other people from being injured in the same way, then it's easy to see how an accident reporting can help. It's not just accidents that should be reported, but also some types of ill health and near misses. But why report it? It's important to keep records that explain exactly what has happened or what could have happened. These are recorded on our accident or near miss reporting sheets. Within Glen Group, everyone is responsible for health and safety. By logging your accident or near miss, we can monitor these records and investigate them to find out if there's an underlying cause. These findings are reflected in Glen Group's risk assessments. It's all about your safety and the safety of those around you. How to report your accident. Glen use a paper-based accident form which is filled in by hand. These forms can be found in the blue book which is kept in your cleaning cupboards. Your accident is then to be reported to your supervisor or a manager as soon as possible. Your personal details will be held securely so that unauthorized people don't have access to personal information about those involved in the accident. Accidents, injuries and near misses. RIDDOR, Reporting of Injuries, Diseases and Dangerous Occurrences Regulations. All employees must report any accidents, incident or near misses and ensure that details are entered into the Glen Accident Book. RIDDOR accidents must be reported to your area manager for onward reporting and advice. All accident forms must be fully completed and emailed to Operations Support at Bristol. You. Pay extra care and attention if you're feeling tired or under the weather. Don't text and walk, and don't become complacent. Before carrying an object, plan your route, remove any obstacles, clear any spills, and try to avoid using the stairs. But who is responsible? Who's responsible for making sure that workplaces stay safe and free from accidents? The short answer is, we all are. You're now at the end of your slips, trips and falls training. We hope you found it valuable. During the video, you've developed understanding of slips, trips and falls, seen the underlying dangers that cause them and what you can do better to control them. You've learnt about the importance of taking responsibility for dealing with hazards, regardless of who created them. Remember, slips, trips and falls are the most common cause of workplace injury, but they're also easily preventable with a little more care, attention and cooperation. Thank you for joining the Glen Aware training on slips, trips and falls.